Hello, everyone. Good morning. Before we start our day, let us render a prayer. Amen. Good morning. Energy level check. Great. How was your summer break so far? Amazing. For this week's session, we will be exploring Africa. But before that, I want everyone to stick to our online class rules and etiquette, okay? During the class, everyone, unless told to speak, should mute their microphones, and everyone should turn their cameras on whenever necessary and possible. Strictly be on time because everyone else is making an effort to do so, and time is gold. Have I made myself clear? Good! For today and tomorrow's objectives, the students are expected to determine the meaning of unfamiliar words and expression using context clues. Appreciate the notable literary genres contributed by African writers and use a graphic organizer to present their ideas. Have you run across an unfamiliar word while reading? But you either ended up knowing the definition or clueless, right? If you ended up knowing the definition, then you have used context clues. For today's lesson, we will discuss context clues. Who can read the slide? Thank you, Abby. Context clues are further information about a difficult word. Oftentimes, the clue can be found within the same sentence as to where it refers to. There are various types of context clues, but for today, we will be discussing four of these. First, we have the description or definition clue, where the new term may be formally defined or sufficient explanation may be given within the sentence or in the following sentence. Clues to definition include that is, commas, dashes, and parentheses. For example, his emaciation, that is, this skeleton-like appearance was frightening to see. Emaciation here means skeleton-like appearance. Next we have example clue. Sometimes when a reader finds a new word, an example might be found nearby that helps to explain its meaning. Words like including, such as, and for example point out example clues. For example, celestial bodies, including the sun, moon, and stars, have fascinated man through the centuries. Celestial here are the objects that are in the sky or heavens. Then we have synonym or restatement clue. The reader may discover the meaning of an unknown word because it repeats itself or the idea expresses in familiar words nearby. For example, flooded with spotlights, the focus of all attention, the Binibining Pilipina began her year-long reign. She was the cynosure of all eyes for the rest of the evening. Cynosure here means the focus of all attention. Lastly, we have contrast or antonym clue. Clues contrast the meaning of unfamiliar word with the meaning of familiar term. Words like although, however, and but may signal contrast clues. For example, while Johnny is very outgoing, his younger brother Emin is very reclusive. Reclusive is the antonym for outgoing, which means to avoid the company of other people. Do you have any questions for today? No more? Good! Let's proceed to our short quiz. Please open your MS Teams chat box and click the link to your exam. Done? That's it for today. See you tomorrow! Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 2. Who can give me a short recap of what happened yesterday? Thank you, John. Yes, we discussed about context clues. According to our objectives, what do you think is our lesson for today? Well, for today's lesson, we will be discussing Africa and the literature genres contributed by the African writers. Have you been to Africa? What comes to your mind when you hear the word Africa? Wow, that was deep. Anyway, let me formally welcome you to Africa. For a start, let me share some random facts that you must know about Africa. Africa is the second largest continent in the world. Swahili is the most used language in Africa. Christianity and Islam are the most common religion of the people in Africa. Let's proceed to the literary genres contributed by the African writers. We have poetry, a collection of spoken or written works that expresses ideas or emotions in a powerfully vivid and imaginative style. It is often sung or recited in a sing-song voice. There are many types of poems: narrative epic, occupational verse, ritual verse, and praise poems. One famous example is next, we have folk tales. African folk tales, also known as myths, are believed to have the power to hold the community together, the ancestors, the living, and those not yet born. Traditionally, adults pass these stories down by word of mouth to the children who gathered around the village fire under moonlight. Some examples of these are the leopard and the two brothers. Novels. African novel defies easy genre boundaries. It is in short, more epic, more political, more didactic, and more connected to its literary antecedents. An example by Nadine Gordimer is Burger's Daughter, which won a Nobel Prize for Literature. We also have autobiography. It is a retrospective prose narrative written by a real person concerning his existence, where the focus is his individual life. A famous work by Nelson Mandela is known worldwide and has produced a lot of copies. This was Long Walk to Freedom. Lastly, drama. African drama, as the name implies, is any drama that embodies the yearnings, experiences, and the sensibility of the African people. This could be written by an African or a non-African, but it most feature the experience of the people and their environment. An example of this drama is Sizwe Banzi is Dead by Athol Fugard, John Canny, and Winston Nishona. Do you have any questions? Great! Thank you so much for listening. To end this session, you will be assigned in groups, and each group will have to create a concept map about their literary genre of their choice. Each group should have different genres to present. Submission portal is available at our Wakelet class. Thank you so much again. This is Teacher May, and see you next week. Bye bye!